Good morning or good afternoon, whatever time it is where you are in the world right now. Today I am bringing you a all-level morning activating stretch to feel your best. So yes, it's going to be quite short, 10 to 15 minutes, hopefully. Let's see if I can stick to that. Stretchy, just opening of the body. So just imagine you're rolling out of bed and you can immediately come onto your mat. No props are needed. And yeah, all levels are welcome for this one. So if you want to stretch and if you want to feel amazing for the rest of your day, start your day right, then this is the place to begin. And of course, this is not exclusively for the morning. You can do this whenever, just if you want to loosen up your body, whatever it is you're feeling. But the intention I'm setting is start your day right in the morning. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. We're going to start seated. So you can just make your way to any comfortable seat of your choice. If you need a pillow to sit down, that's also fine. Or maybe sitting on a block or on your knees, whatever works for you. And once you are comfortable, let's rest the hands on the knees. And we're just going to turn the palms down so that they're in contact with either your thighs or your knees. Let's take a moment to close the eyes. And just start to become aware of the points of contact between your body and the floor. Noticing the legs, if there's any tension in your hips. Noticing the compression in the knees, feeling the pressure between your feet and the mat. Noticing the two sit bones in contact with the floor or with a pillow or block. And then imagining your spine growing nice and tall. Feeling the length of your back. Relaxing the upper back, shoulder blades, shoulders. Noticing the head resting on top of your spine. And imagining as if someone's pulling a string from the crown of your head up towards the ceiling, lengthening your body. And let's go ahead and take 3 deep cleansing breaths. So deep breath in through the nose, and we'll hold it at the very top. And then exhale through the mouth, let it go. Good, sighing it out, mouth wide open. 2 more deep breath in. And exhale, release. And last one, deep breath in. Hold. Exhale, let it go. Letting go of the night that has just passed. Arriving onto your mat, feeling grounded. Feeling connected to yourself, noticing the contact between the palms of your hands and your legs, noticing the heat in the body, and becoming aware of your breath. And let's go ahead and place both hands on the lower belly, and we're going to breathe 5 times just in the lower belly. So as you breathe in, imagine you're pushing the lower belly out, or not imagine, actually do it, and then the hands will go off. And then as you breathe out, let's squeeze the navel back. So you can kind of push your belly in with your hands if you need that extra help. So inhale, blow up the lower belly like a balloon. Exhale, squeeze navel back towards spine. 3 more. And you can keep your eyes closed here to draw the attention more inwards. And last one. And now let's bring the hands on the sides of your rib cage. You can look at me if you're a little confused. And then we're going to imagine, or we're going to try to breathe out. So expanding the rib cage out 5 times. So only focusing on this area of the body. Breathing in, expanding. And you can feel the rib cage pushing into your hands. Exhale as if you're squeezing the ribs back together. 5 times. And so don't worry about the lower belly here too much. Just focus on the middle part of your chest. 2 more breaths here. And then release. And last part, the upper chest. Both hands come on the upper chest and we'll try to lift it up and lower. So deep breath in, press your upper chest into your hands, lift. Exhale, lower. 5 times. And the hands are only there so that you can feel the movement of the chest, of the breath. For 3. And 1 more. Now let's go ahead and release the hands on your belly, and we'll take a few rounds of full yogic breath, so engaging all 3 parts. So as you start to breathe into the lower belly, expand like a balloon, and then inhale more, expand the rib cage out to the sides, and then inhale even more, lift the upper chest. Exhaling to push the upper chest down, exhale more to squeeze the ribs together. Exhale even more to press lower belly back towards the spine. 5 rounds at your own pace. And you can keep the hands on the stomach and chest if that helps you feel the movement a little more. And 4 more rounds. Breathing in lower belly, chest, upper chest. Exhale, upper chest, chest, lower belly. Last 3. And don't worry if you don't get it right the first few times. It takes a while to get used to this style of breathing. Just try your best. One more breath here. Good. Now let's keep breathing deeply in and out of the nose, possibly engaging Ujjayi breath, restricting the back of your throat. As you breathe in, still with the eyes closed, let's reach the arms above the head. As you breathe out, hands come to the heart space. And let's rub the hands together. And then just cover the palms of your hands, cover your eyes with the palms of your hands, transferring the heat to your face. Slowly we will blink the eyes open and remove the palms away from the face, readjusting to the light of the room. On your next inhale, let's reach the arms above the head. Exhale, interlace your hands behind the back of the head, lift your chin, and pull the elbows away from each other. Breathe in. As you breathe out, chin into chest, maybe the elbows touch in front of you. Inhale to open, lift the chin, pull the elbows out, lift the chest. Exhale to round. 1 more, breathe in. Exhale to round. Inhale, let's straighten the spine, reach the arms above the head. Exhale, the right hand comes down on the mat, left arm reaches up and over, big stretch through the left side body. Now we're going to swoop the left arm forward, left hand comes to the left side of your body, right arm reaches up and over. Good. And then let's come back through center. Right hand goes to the right, left arm swoops up and over. And one more time to the left. And both arms reach up above the head. Inhale. Exhale to twist to the right. Left hand comes on top of the right knee. Let's breathe in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hollow lower belly and twist a little more. And as you breathe in, let's come back up through center. Reach the arms up, find length. Exhale, twist to the left. Try to keep your collarbones nice and wide, so pulling the shoulders away from the ears, pulling the shoulder blades together. And on your next inhale, let's come back through center, and we're going to roll over the shins, coming into tabletop. And take a moment, maybe knock the hips side to side, stretching out the sides of the hips, the side of the body. Moving in any way that feels good here. And then finding stillness, let's take a few rounds of cat and cow. As you breathe in, let's drop the belly, pull the chest open, gaze forward. As you breathe out, chin into chest, round your spine one vertebra at a time. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. Inhale to open. Exhale, one vertebra at a time to round. 2 more breaths here. And last one, inhale. Exhale to round. Let's come back to a neutral spine. Both arms walk a giant step forward towards the top of the mat. Either you can bring your forehead down to the mat or your chest and chin if your heart or shoulders are a little bit more open. So either the forehead or chest and chin for puppy pose. Let's hold. And here, keep squeezing navel in, pulling the hips back and up. On your next inhale, let's bend the elbows, drop the hips down on the mat, coming into Sphinx pose. A deep breath in to lengthen the spine, lift the chest. Exhale, let's look over the right shoulder, 1 breath here. Inhale, look through center. Exhale, look over your left shoulder. And inhale, look through center. Either stay here on your elbows or squeezing the glutes a lot to protect the lower back. Maybe lift the elbows off the mat if that feels good. Exhale, let's come all the way down to the mat, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. Tucking the toes, let's come into child's pose. So child's pose with the toes tucked. 2 more breaths. Reaching fingertips towards the top of the mat, pulling the hips back, hollowing the lower belly. Maybe you're feeling a little bit of a stretch along the spine or shoulders. On your next inhale, let's come back to tabletop. From here, the right arm reaches up to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle. Right arm reaches underneath the left shoulder without dropping the right shoulder down. Inhale, right arm reaches up to the sky. Exhale, right arm reaches underneath the left shoulder. 1 more time, breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, right arm reaches up, and then let's kick the right leg towards the back of the mat. Here you can roll out right ankle and right wrist in one direction and in the other. Now let's drop the right foot at the back of the mat so it's in one line with your left knee and left ankle. Right arm reaches over the right ear for a deeper stretch. On your next exhale, right hand comes back down on the mat. Let's look towards the top of the mat. Right leg lifts up.
And then let's bring the right knee to the right elbow for 3, 2, and 1. See if you can step your right foot beside the right hand, and you can do that in multiple steps if you need. And then let's sink down into the hips. Staying on your hands, lifting the chest, squeezing the glutes. If you want to go deeper, you can come down onto your elbows. And sometimes it just feels good to be a little bit higher up, getting a little bit more length through the spine and front body. All right, if you were on your elbows, then let's meet back on the hands. From here, plant the hands, tuck your toes, let's lift the left knee, and then maybe start to rock back and forth. So you can do some big movements, fully straightening the right leg, or smaller movements if that feels better. And feel free, if there's any space that feels particularly good, maybe straightening the right leg, you can stay there longer and pause wherever you feel like it. The next time the right knee is bent, let's hold here. We're going to step the left foot to the outside of the left hand, and you can also slide it forward, whatever suits you. For a squat, let's bend the knees completely. Elbows are on the insides of the knees. You're more than welcome to be on your toes here. And you're more than welcome to be a little bit higher up. It's just going to be harder in the thighs. But if you don't have the mobility to be here right now, that's okay. If you are in Malasana, let's try to lengthen the spine, to actively separate the knees away from each other using the strength of the glutes. And pulling the shoulder blades together, growing nice and tall. On your next inhale, let's straighten the legs, reach the arms up. And then let's heel toe the feet to hip width distance apart. Exhale, fold forward, bending the knees a lot, and grabbing opposite hand to opposite elbow in front of your legs. Swaying side to side for a few breaths. And then let's release the hands down on the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Let's drop both knees down on the mat, tabletop. Now left arm reaches up to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, thread the needle without dropping your left shoulder. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, left arm reaches underneath the right shoulder. One more time, inhale. Exhale to thread. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Let's also kick the left leg back. And then go ahead and circle left ankle and left wrist. Switch directions. And then from here, let's stop. Drop your left foot in one line with the right knee, right wrist. And then left arm can reach over the left ear for a deeper stretch. On your next exhale, left hand comes back down on the mat. Bring your right foot directly behind the right knee. Let's lift the left leg off the mat. Exhale, left knee to left elbow for 3, 2, and 1. Step your left foot on the outside of the left hand, and you can start to drop the hips towards the floor. Make sure to keep the right leg, right glute especially engaged to protect the front of the hip from overstretching. If you want to go down onto your elbows, that's an option, or you can stay up here on the fingertips, finding more length through the front body. And if you're not already on the hands, let's come back there. Then you can tuck your right toes, lift the right knee off the mat, and let's start to just move around in any way that feels good. Maybe that's not straightening the left leg, maybe it is. Maybe it's moving more side to side or circular motions. And you do you. And the next time your left knee is bent, let's look towards the top of the mat, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, come into Malasana Yogi Squat. And you can either stay here in the center and try to find more depth, or if you want to twist, right arm reaches underneath the right knee, left arm reaches up, deep breath in here. Exhale, both hands come back to the heart space. Left arm reaches underneath the left knee, right arm reaches up to the sky, deep breath in, expand. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Now let's all stand up, heel toe the feet together. Let's interlace the hands at the lower back. Breathe in, open up the heart. Try to keep the palms of the hands touching. Exhale, let's fold forward. And maybe bringing chin into the chest. 2 more breaths here. Keep your knees generously bent. You want to keep the stomach connected to the thighs. On your next exhale, release the hands down on the mat. Deep breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees down. Let's just cross over the shins. Come into a seat, extending your legs out in front of you. Let's take a deep breath in, lengthen the spine. Hands can plant just beside your hips. And you can do this with legs straight or bent. It's going to be harder with legs straight, easier with legs bent. On your inhale, we're going to lift the hips off the mat. And hold for 5, 4, you can always bend your knees, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release the hips down. If your knees are bent, let's straighten them. Inhale to reach the arms above the head, grow tall. Exhale, let's fold over the legs. Try to keep this one active. So actively reaching the chest. Imagine you want your chest to touch your toes. Keep pulling your hips back. Very active legs, pressing the backs of the knees down into the mat. And on your next inhale, let's slowly come all the way back up. Bend both of your knees, 1 vertebra at a time. We're going to come all the way down to the floor. From here, both feet will come behind your head, plow pose, or you can just stay here in waterfall. So feet just above the hips, or maybe pressing into the mat, bringing the feet behind the head. Don't feel obliged to go there, and when you're here, make sure you do not look side to side. Now from plow pose, let's come into either shoulder stand or hips on the floor, legs in the air. And this is a little bit of a more advanced shape, more intermediate. So if you don't feel comfortable here, you're more than welcome to have the hips on the floor. And then 1 vertebra at a time, let's slowly make our way back down. Knees into the chest. Let's start to rock back and forth. And we'll make our way back up to a comfortable seat. Knees crossed or sitting in a Japanese style seat. And I want to redo a breathing exercise that I did in my last video because I made a mistake. So this is my opportunity to fix it. We're going to do Kapalabhati, skull shining breath, very energizing style of breath. So perfect if you're doing this in the morning and you want to create energy for the day ahead. So we're going to breathe in deeply. And then breathe out through the nose. That was my mistake. Through the nose in sharp little bursts created by the diaphragm. So pulling diaphragm back or pulling navel back towards your spine, which will create the air to go out. We're not actually trying to breathe out, if that makes sense. And then the inhale is very passive. So it just happens from the diaphragm expanding again. So the first long inhale, that's intentional. And then we're exhaling intentionally, but the inhale on those little bursts of exhales is not intentional. Lots of words, I know. So just do it with me. We're going to do 3 rounds. If you're confused on the first round, don't worry, there's still 2 more, okay? It's easier to just show than to explain. All right, so first we'll take a deep breath in and out to prepare, and then a deep breath in, and then we will breathe out about 20 times, those short little bursts. And then we'll breathe in, breathe out about 20 times, breathe in, breathe out about 20 times. All right, deep breath in and out to prepare. Inhale. Exhale completely. And then inhale, I'll show you my belly. And exhale from the diaphragm. And breathe out. Breathe in naturally for round 2. And then let's go. And breathe in. And last round. And maybe hold the breath on your exhale. And then start to breathe naturally again. Observe any after effects that you might feel from Kapalabhati. And start to notice the space around you. Notice the grounding between the sit bones and the mat, between your feet and the mat. Noticing the buzzing of your body, every single cell of your body alive, breathing. And then center your attention on your breath again. Noticing this inhale. Noticing this exhale exactly as it's showing up right now without trying to change it. Noticing the pause in between the breath. And if you're having trouble focusing on your breath, you can silently say inhale every time you inhale and exhale every time you exhale. Or just simply count your breath up to 10 and then back down to 1 and so on. We will end these last few moments of the practice in meditation. Meditating on your breath, finding that one point of focus, which is internal for once. We're not focusing on a physical point outside of ourselves, but rather on our breath. And the breath is such an amazing tool
It is always in the present moment. No matter what is going on in the external world, no matter the situation you're in, the breath is always going to be there for you to focus on. You can always use it as a tool to come back to the present, to come back to yourself, to calm yourself, activating the parasympathetic nervous system. And keep focusing on this inhale and this exhale. Noticing how the breath is moving in the body. Noticing what it is expanding in the body, what parts of the body contract when you breathe out. You can start to wiggle the fingertips, the toes. On an inhale, let's reach the arms above the head, stretching out. Exhale to bring the hands to the heart space. And just taking a moment to find gratitude for your body for carrying you through today's practice and every single day of your life. And if you'd like to set an intention for your day, now is the time. When you're ready, once again, you can rub your hands together. Let's cover the eyes with the hands, transferring the heat to your face. And then slowly blink the eyes open, removing the hands away from your face. And namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for today's morning stretch, morning awakening practice. I do realize it has been longer than 10 minutes. I apologize. I'm not really good with keeping things short, but I'm trying. Let me know if you would like more shorter format videos focusing on one thing in particular, or if you enjoy the longer classes. I would love to know. Please let me know in the comments. And otherwise, I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next week.